Hello and welcome, dear human family, to another video update here on this channel. Unfortunately, not with Errol right now as I'm looking over to him. We're gonna have something special coming up together once again as the Gnostic Takeover crew. And today I would like to share with you some important updates and things that are happening. And for that, I have a few slides prepared for you. Okay, so the next few days, I want to point you to some great events that are going on, and also the following that I have already presented to you before. However, there is a new course starting right now, and that is the Law for Mankind. You have heard me speak about this course probably in previous videos, and when I talk about the law, or as I like to say, I am the law, then a lot of these insights and wisdom comes from this course, the Law for Mankind course, the Sovereign's Way. So this has absolutely revolutionized and changed my perception and understanding of law. Having already studied law since 2014, 2015, I've been looking into it deeply on different levels, namely natural law principles, principles about the natural order, and the court system and the system of law that we've been accustomed to follow, namely the legal system. Okay, and this is the nature of the prison that we live in. Okay, and the nature of the prison, when people ask what is the matrix, you could say it's slavery. And slavery is only possible when you do not know about your inherent rights as a human being and your basis and foundation of your freedom and what law truly is. And this is knowledge that it's not possible to maintain a control system when a few human beings even have this knowledge about law. You can't have a control system when people know that the only way you can enslave them is by them believing that they are enslaved and having no other course of imagination, no other idea that it could be any different. So this is deeply hidden information. Okay, this goes right up to the highest echelons of the information pyramid about what true law is and what it truly means to be sovereign, because the dark occult priest class has used this knowledge differential, that knowledge that they've hidden away from public sight, and that knowledge differential then leads to a power differential. This is the dynamics of how it works. Okay, so there's certain types of information that the dark occultists can handle being in circulation, but knowledge of the law, that and how you truly become confident in being in your freedom and being a sovereign being and expressing that, that is what they can't handle. So therefore they remove this knowledge out of circulation. But now, through the law for mankind, we have access to this knowledge once again. Okay, and I also want to point out here that I really never like to promote any products. I'm not really interested. It even took me, I had to give myself a kick even to do this video, because I thought like, yeah, don't really bother they'll find out anyway. Well, no. You see, the law has to do with responsibility, and I'm responsible to share this knowledge with you, especially when I talk about these subjects, especially when I know how important they are, and therefore I make this video, okay? Because there's a new course starting at the beginning of next year, and underneath in the description below you find 3 links where you've got the description of the law for mankind, another link where you can join the free first module that you can try out for free and see if it resonates with you, okay? And the other link, the third link, is that brings you directly to the subscription for the course. So yes, it does cost money. However, the information contained with the universe, the multiverse, being information encoded and decoded, this sort of information is priceless. I've gone through the course. I've never ever found anything that is close to that what the law for mankind presents. It's simple, it's direct, it's easy, therefore it's the truth. No complication, no bullshit, no you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to declare yourself alive when you are freaking alive, to psychopaths who, what are you see, they make things very, very clear, and it's just a powerful tool that I have the responsibility to share with you, even if it costs a little bit of money. But if you're destined for this knowledge and remove the knowledge differential that is between you and a dark occult priest class, then you also remove the power differential and you get truly in your power. Okay? So it's about transcending the matrix, what we keep talking about here on this channel. This is what it's about. Can I transcend everything, is the question. Absolutely everything. Into the new paradigm, you need to let it all go, okay? And be born anew. And the law is a massive aspect to understand and overstand these hidden control dynamics that are at play with the matrix. So in this course you learn how to transcend the matrix, okay? In my analysis, this is what you truly learn. You learn how you do not have to pay taxes by writing simple notices, okay? Like, for example, the tax office gets to you and wants you to pay taxes or security tax, insurance or whatever. And what you do is you write back to them in a letter. You make a notice, simple notice, and that is going to be your official protocol where you set a record of what is true. You set the truth with them. And you write back to them and you, for example, you ask, who is the man or woman ready to be invited by me privately into a court of law in order to speak out and declare on what grounds, on what basis anyone has to pay taxes, and to who and what for, because it is a fact that it only works on consent to pay taxes. You don't have to pay taxes to criminals, and that is not a law but a legal statute, okay? And as soon as you write those notices as a man or woman in your power, they run away from you because they're a bluff. They only go by first invitations and everyone buying into the first invitation. But now we're at a time where we have to realize that they're all a bluff. And as soon as you start asking questions and ask, well, when someone says, oh, you have to pay tax because of the state, you ask, who is Mr. State? Is he or she going to come forward as a man or woman and speak on record in a court of law about me having to pay taxes? Because I don't think I have to do anything. This is the language of the true sovereign human being that we are growing into, and that is the only solution, okay, to all of the world problems that we face right now. The reason that we're in the situation we're in right now is because the men and women of this world have not come forward. And now it is time to come forward, and this is what you learn in this course for the law for mankind. Also, as you can see here with this pyramid, that on the top you see the all-seeing eye and the control of the money supply. On the top you've got the financial elite, okay? This hierarchical pyramidical structure can also represent the legal system, okay, where you are on the base of this pyramid. In the view of the matrix control system, the financial oligarchs and those beyond them, the dark occultists, they have all the power over the masses that are on the base of the pyramid. And in between the dark occultists and the normal everyday people at the base of the pyramid are the institutions of control, like the multinational corporations, the banks, the central banks, and the central banks of central banks. And this is the legal system. This is the basis of the legal system. And in the legal system that runs on contracts, okay, on commerce, where you are a commercial entity, legality is implied always. So it's implied that you are a resource on this planet that whose energy can be sucked out of, okay? And this is the basis also. This hierarchical pyramid can be explained also through the board game of Monopoly, where you go round and round in circles of this Monopoly board. We call it years, and certain dates and times where you need to pay your taxes, go to work, or go to church, as Morpheus said in the Matrix movies. You see, this is where you go round and round the circus, where you are being sucked of your energy. Now you have to ask yourself the question, when is enough enough? And that is for everyone to decide for themselves. I need it, okay, after years of deep research into the law. I needed to take the basic course, you see, because a lot of people say, oh, I've already done so much research. Is there any advanced course for me? Well, when people ask that, you can be absolutely sure that you need a basic course, because what these dark occultists hide most is the basic information, not the complicated information, okay? The complication comes after the basics. They hide the basic information. This is in the law for mankind. It's got a unique structure, and it's so well described that I as a teacher really love. That's why I love this course. That's why I love to promote this course. Otherwise I wouldn't bother doing this video and putting energy into it if it weren't so important. So the point I want to make is, you decide if you have suffered enough at the hands of these sickos, this sickness that these psychopaths and these dark occultists carry and want to impregnate and infect you with. You have to pay me. You have to go to prison if you don't pay taxes. And what you do is you say enough. Okay? So you set your boundaries. And this is what we're here to do. Okay, the etymology of evil, very pointedly, is transgression of boundaries. That is evil. And you can use the term rape for it. So the system of control that we've been living in for decades, ever since we were born, certainly since I was born, has been based on violence. And it's a form of rape. And especially every single day of our life when you have to go to work, it's energetic rape. If you like your work, okay, that's a whole different story. But how many people on this planet have taken the vax in order to continue their slave work because they're in fear of what comes after that? These are the times we're living in. It's about choice, and when you've made your choice not to get this poison into your body, you've made the choice for sovereignty. And the law is set. It's not something like, this is what I learned, and I had a big aha moment when I realized this. That natural law and natural law principles are principles that you study and that you understand, integrate into your being. Okay? But you set the law. The most powerful thing you can do is that you set the law according to your terms, the way you understand it, because that then shows that you love yourself, which is the ultimate learning lesson in the realm that we're occupying, the realm that we are in. It's the single one thing that everyone oversees. Oh, I love human beings. Oh, of course I would help anyone who needs help, and human beings are kind. But when it comes to self-love, there's a big gulp after mentioning the theme and the topic. Yeah, everyone forgets about self-love. And an act of self-love is, I study the principles, I study what the law for mankind teaches me, and then I set the law according to my terms and conditions. It's the most powerful thing. And if the law that you set is in alignment with love and law, if agents of the system then transgress on the boundary that you set, everyone loses immunity. And this is how the game works. What these dark occult priest class has been most adamant about is to stay immune to their sick behavior and to not have the consequences thrown back at them for all the rape that they've been doing on mankind. But no longer when you know how to set the law, and you set the law in form of notices. And this is the true power of the One. Okay, so this is where we bring, as I had the picture in the last video, balancing the matrix, is when this upright pyramid, okay, this electrical pyramid, is put into equilibrium with the downward pyramid, which I call the pyramid of sovereignty, or is the magnetic pyramid. And that starts with you, the One. Because the truth is that you are the source, experiencing itself from your unique point of attention. And the law for mankind teaches you in the most simplistic way and effective teachings. It teaches you about how to maneuver in law, the principles of how it is set up. However, always remember that you are the expression of the source. You do not have to copy. You do not have to copy the ways of other people. You can apply these principles uniquely on your own terms, and you'll find new ways. This is what I learned along my journey, is whatever I learn, I begin to have my own unique ideas that I then follow, and that is what makes all the difference. This is then true individuation, because he's beginning to believe She is beginning to believe in herself, and this is the single one thing we need to discover in ourselves, the self-love. Believe in yourself. Learn and study the principles. However, when you apply them, be confident in your approach and let your words on your notices be motivated by love, because you set the boundaries. Okay, you don't have to hate what is already hating. It's the love that heals it all. But pointedly, the masculine aspect of love is the setting of boundaries. And not only do you set the law with your notices, you only have, so when I say the legal system in this pyramid, in the legal system everything's implied. It's implied that you're a slave, you're a Mr. or a Mrs., these corporate legal titles that you don't have to use. You just say, I do not consent with any titles. I'm a man, I'm a woman. That is on top of the law, and the whole law is set for men and women. You set the law, and you only have rights, and you only have what people call human rights, and the law only works for you when you express them also. This is also a really important point, that you are the source and you need to express the law. Okay. And last but not least of these slides is the discipline and the inner work. Okay, so there's only so much that I can tell you on this channel. I am more of an information alchemist that combines the knowledge of law with shamanism and all ideas like it's internal alchemy, it's transformation. It's what we cover on this channel. However, discipline is needed, and this is what the law for mankind gives you. Okay, it's all in there. I can only say that these 10 episodes really have it in it. They really give you the foundation of how to navigate through and come out the other end as the sovereign being. And you feel there's nothing more powerful than upholding your rights. There's nothing more powerful. It's a beautiful feeling when a policeman comes over to you and wants to arrest you or hassle you, and you start to direct him. You are his puppet master by telling him what the law is. Okay, and if he touches you, that's a €5,000 fine, and you invite him to a court of law where he can happily come and have a lawful claim towards you. And the most powerful thing is when these policemen look at you, and whereas you used to be in fear of them and what the police may do to you, suddenly tables have turned and they can't do this to you anymore, because you got the learning lesson that you need to stand up for yourself and set the boundaries with psychopaths and psychopathically infiltrated and sick systems of control, who are now which is now being ended, because we're coming to realization of what this journey in life is truly all about, and therefore the torture and the whole bullshit paradigm has to end, because we've come out the other side. Life is not meant to torture us. It's only when we say enough is enough that it ends. Okay, so this is discipline. The discipline is doing the 10 episodes for the law for mankind, finding the resources to do this, and you won't regret it. Okay, and also the inner work. This is also something that is covered even in the law for mankind. Emotional trauma work, and something that we cover a lot on the channel here also, with diving deep into the ice cold water and the breathing techniques, which is a great way of harmonizing our emotional, spiritual and physical being into one. So yeah, that's it from me. So this starts, I think, tomorrow. You can access these links, and the free course is available till the end of December, and the Law for Mankind course, so there's one episode uploaded every week, goes for 10 weeks because it's 10 episodes. It starts at the beginning of next year. When you subscribe, you also support the Gnostic Takeover here, and you have direct access to knowledge that, as I say, is invaluable, because these people doing this course went to hundreds over hundreds of court cases to find out how the mechanics of the courts really work, and then extracted the wisdom and have it all contained. And we're talking 30 years of life experience put together in one course, and that wisdom is available for you in order for you not to be hassled anymore by idiots that do not belong here on this planet anymore. So that's what I've got to share with you. Also, in the description below, I'll link to the event, something that our dear friend Josh Del Sol has put together, with lots of great speakers on there, and you'll find more information about that event also underneath. So until next time, where me and Errol are going to speak again together, all the very best to you. Take very good care. Much love. Bye bye.